The word century. Century is a noun. And when I say century, it means 100 years. So when I say that something happened a century ago, it means that it happened 100 years ago. Now, a century ago, agriculture was different from that found today. So I say modern agriculture uses a lot of high-tech machines and technology in order to help it or to help them get all the crops in a fast way and collect what they need from animals like their meat or their eggs or whatsoever and sell them to the customers. So I will do a kind of comparison between agriculture or between modern agriculture that we have today and agriculture found 100 years ago. So let's see. In this picture here, I have a man milking the cow, and he's using the old traditional way by just milking it by hand. Now on this side, we have a corporate farm that is using machines and high-tech machines in order to suck out the milk from the cow. Now let me tell you something. These machines cost a lot of money, so they are really expensive. This means that not all the farmers that are living today can afford buying these machines. So only corporate farms tend to buy these machines because they have a lot of cows to milk and they need to milk them fast. Now on this side here, I have the old traditional way of applying water or of watering the plants. While on this side, I have this big, huge machine that uses technology by spraying a huge part of the land and spraying all the water evenly and at the same time. So this kind of machine saves a lot of time for the corporate farm. So instead, let's say of needing 1 day to water all this land, it might only take them, let's say, a couple of hours to finish. Now for our last example, we have this picture here. As you can see, the man in this picture is harvesting wheat. And he's using a sickle in order to harvest the wheat. Now the sickle is this tool that this man is holding in his hand. Now on the other side, there is this big machine that corporate farms use in order to collect the wheat as fast as possible. If you are so curious to know a lot about the product you're eating or a certain kind of food you're eating, all you have to do is check the food labels. Now, a food label tells you where a product was made, and it tells you about the nutrients found in the products plus all the ingredients put inside of it. If you look at this Nutella jar, if you see down, they wrote for you down here, made in Canada. And up, they wrote for you the word nutrients. And as you can see, all the ingredients found in the product. So, in order to know information about your product, just read the food labels. Corporate farms, like any other business, care about making this fast money. So, unfortunately, some of them might use substances that are harmful for our bodies. And these substances are called chemicals. Now, chemicals can be put on the soil, or it can be sprayed on the plant itself, or even injected inside the plant. Now, chemicals are used by corporate farms in order to make their products last longer and look better. As you can see here in this picture, we have a man injecting the tomato with a red substance or a red chemical. Now, as you can see, the purpose of this red chemical is for the tomato to last longer and look fully ripe. Now the tomatoes next to this injected tomato are still green. All of them are green, so they still need more time to grow. And the corporate farm doesn't want to wait that long. That's why they're injecting this red chemical, for it to be red and vibrant. Now in this picture here, I have a comparison between lemons, one with chemicals and one without chemicals. Now after 42 days, the lemons with the chemicals look fine and really yellow, while the ones without the chemicals actually spoil and we're unable to eat them. So this means that adding chemicals to the lemons made them last for a long time, but this doesn't mean that they're still nutritious and healthy for us. This means that we're kind of eating expired food. We would not get food poisoning or anything, but the substances found inside the lemons will actually hurt us and damage parts of our bodies. So corporate farms add these chemicals in order for the lemons to last during their long journey outside, especially if they are to export the product outside. Now in this picture here, I have 2 spring grapes. Now the first one on the right side was picked before they sprayed the chemicals on the plant, while the other one was picked after the chemical spraying. Now, as you can see the difference between the two, the one without the chemicals is small and it's not that attractive, because if you see both grapes in the supermarket or the grocery store, you will buy the one that has the big pieces of grapes. So they use the chemicals here in order for the grapes to look big and juicy. And in this way, the customers will definitely buy the ones with chemicals because they are the ones that really look big and delicious. The word decrease means to become less in number. So, do you think it is a convenient thing to decrease the amount of chemicals found in our food? Of course it is. So it is really important for us to decrease or put less chemicals in our food for them to stay healthy and nutritious. You know that the best kind of food for us is the one without any chemicals. So fruits and vegetables without any chemicals, we call them organic fruits and vegetables. Now, when I say the word organic, it means that these fruits and vegetables do not have any chemicals like those that are used in order to keep the insects away, or those that are put in order to make the fruits and vegetables become more attractive, nor to make them grow up faster. And organic food is the best because it is the healthiest and the most nutritious at all. I recently learned that you can put substances on your soil to make it grow up faster without resorting to those dangerous and harmful chemicals. Now, the substitute for these are called organic fertilizers, and fertilizers are substances used from elements that are found in nature. Like here in this picture, you can use banana peels and eggshells in order to provide your soil with the nutrients it needs to make the plants grow up faster and become more nutritious. Or even you can use the leftovers of fish. Now, organic fertilizers are really helpful, and you can even use your food leftovers and put them inside your soil, and in this way you would be improving the soil and making it better instead of damaging it and making the plant dangerous for you instead of being healthy. So the next time you want to buy food, think of the farmer's market and think of the chemicals that I told you about. So in order to make the farmer's market gain a lot of money and to eat healthy and to help others, you should eat local food and the food made in the farm or sold in the farmer's market. So the next time you see a farmer, you should salute them for their great patience and effort they put on your food. And again, think about the food that comes from the world to your table.